Hey folks, Paul Pruitt coming to you. First of all, let me apologize. I know it's been a while since I came to you, and I wanted to say a couple of things. We're going to call this video Business and Fun. So got a couple of special things today. So let's start out with the business. As you know, I deal in late model used trucks, mostly higher end. And that market, as you know, through COVID, the prices have gone up. And the manufacturers took advantage of that, so the prices are really high on these full-size trucks. People are getting sticker shock when you go in and look at a full-size truck, and a base model is in the $40,000 range, and then it goes all the way up, and everybody wants all the stuff, and by the time you get a nice fully loaded one, you're approaching $70,000, $80,000, $90,000. You get into heavy duties, and you can get over that $100,000 mark. Well, in the recent months, if you haven't been following, we've had a strike, the United Auto Workers strike. Well, they're finally starting to settle that down and get these giant payouts and everything. And every article that I've read says that those costs are going to be absorbed by the consumer by raising the prices on vehicles. So if you think you had sticker shock before, just wait until 2024 when this trickles on down to the consumer to pay for all these raises and so forth. Not saying they're wrong or right. I'm not getting into that political argument. I'm just saying it is what it is. And if you think they were higher before, just wait. Hold on. Hang on to your hat, if you will. Now, let's talk about what I do. I deal in late model trucks. What does a late model truck mean? That means a vehicle that has low mileage, no more than 2 or 3, 4 years old, that still looks fairly new, that's still under warranty. In many cases, it would pass for a new truck, but you've had that first buyer take that initial hit of depreciation. That's huge. So what happens? You save $15,000, $20,000, $25,000, $35,000, $40,000 off the price of a brand new one, and you still have a vehicle that almost looks new. If you've watched my videos, you've heard all this before. Even more important now, as we're in harder times financially, and we are going to have this price increase on new trucks, it makes even more sense to buy slightly used and save absolute tons of money. Not only that, but this is something I want to do. Every dealer talks their talk and has their commercials and tells you what they can do and offers these. The ones that gets me is the... And forgive me, forgive me, because I'm going to rattle some today. This could be a long video. Get you some coffee or something, or a cold beverage, depending on what time of the day you're watching this. Anyway, where was I at? See, that's part of turning 50 years old. You get the gray hair, and you lose your train of thought. But what I was saying was, when it's even more important these days to save money. So when you come to a dealer like me, how can I save you money versus the other guy? You know, we buy the vehicles basically at the same place, similar prices, et cetera, et cetera. If you followed me for any time, you'll know the answer to that. For those of you that are new, let me explain it very, very clearly. So I've been in the car business. This is my 31st year, and I worked in the new car business for years. And when you pull up, and I'm not going to pick on any particular dealership, so let's just put it like this. If you pull up to a new car dealership, be it Ford, Chevrolet, Mercedes, Lexus, wherever, Hyundai, Kia, I'm not picking on anybody, okay? You pull into the dealership, the first thing you're going to notice is that dealership is built on a piece of property, usually on a main road, which makes it very expensive. There's a large facility built there, buildings and so forth. Then they have the overhead cost of the actual franchise, whether they're Ford or Chevrolet or whatever. So what you're looking at when you pull into that lot, not mentioning the vehicles that are there, you're talking about millions and millions of dollars. A dealership recently sold in Virginia, a new car franchise dealership, a single location, for $50 million, okay? That's what these things are worth. Now, that's a high one, but good luck finding any of them under $5 or $6 million. That's just, it is what it is. Now you add onto that cost about anywhere from $1.5 million to $10 million in inventory. And people that are not in this business think, well, the car dealership, like if you're a Chevy dealership, the Chevrolet sends you these cars to sell, and then you sell them, and then when you sell them, you write Chevrolet a check for those vehicles. That's not how it works at all with any franchise. When those vehicles come onto the car lot, those new cars, they have to be paid for. They have to pay for it. You have to pay Chevrolet for those. Well, if you don't have $2 million or $6 million or $8 million to buy those cars, what do? Just like a personal person does. You borrow the money. That borrowed money, or line of credit, if you will, in the car business is called a floor plan. Somebody is trying to reach me, awfully important. We'll get to them in just a minute. So that's called a floor plan. Now, what happens with a floor plan is you're paying payments on that money that you've borrowed. You can imagine what a dealership is paying if they're paying on $5 or $6 million of inventory. Okay? Even the smaller dealers will have floor plans. And it took me up to this 30-year period of time to say that I don't have a floor plan. All of my vehicles I pay for. Am I bragging? Absolutely not. But when I don't have interest payments to make on my vehicles, that means I own them for less. It's just that simple. So that's one cost that I don't have. So I don't have a $5 million facility. I don't have a floor plan payment of $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month to make. That's only going to get passed along to the consumer. You say, well, who pays for that? Well, the dealer doesn't pay for it. If he did, he'd be out of business. He has to have customers come in to pay for those things. Okay? So we can start right off the bat, I could sell for less because of low overhead and no floor plan. That's the bottom line, folks. Now, I know I've probably bored you to tears, but I'm just trying to educate the public. When you come buy a vehicle from Pruitt Automotive, I don't have the cost involved that they do. Do I make a profit? Absolutely. That is the goal of capitalism and why we're in business and why everybody's in business. And profit is not a bad thing. I'm just saying that I can operate on less profit than others. Period. Now, I promised you some fun. That was the business today. I promised you some fun. I have put together a little video montage, if you will, of I'm still a little bit business. It's always business. It's going to be fun, but it's always business with me. So I put a little video montage together of some of my vehicles that are on sale. Some of them aren't here, so I actually made the field trip to where they're located to get you a quick glance at them. Some of them aren't even on our website yet. And also a shout out to a couple of my work associates and friends and so forth. So stick around for that. This is going to be fun. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. Text me 757-707-0266 or come by and see me at Pruitt Auto, located dead smack in the center of it all in Eastern Virginia. We're halfway between the Richmond area and the Virginia Beach, Norfolk areas. So wherever you're at, we're only a short drive right slam in the middle of everything. All right, stay tuned for this. Check this out. I'm going to try to not get laughing too hard when I narrate this, but stand by and watch. All right, folks, Pruitt Automotive, you see it right there, but let me stop and take a moment to give a big shout out to my buddies over there at Automax of Gloucester, Big Joe and Finch, the legendary Jeff Finch. Jeff, thanks for the advice earlier today. I'm glad I took you up on it. And Big Joe, hang in there. You got a lot of craziness to deal with, but you'll be just fine. Hey, folks, look at this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful truck. Now, I'm not going to go over all these trucks because most of these all of them I've done videos on, except the ones that aren't here yet. So, but here's what I'm going to say about them. That's a 2021 High Country you just saw, lowest price in the United States. And there's a 2022 GMC AT4 with the 6.2 in it. That's, guess what, folks? One of the lowest priced ones in the United States of America. Wow. 22 with 14,000 miles on that truck. Now, I am going to spend a little time on this one. This is a 2021 all-new redesigned F-150 four-wheel drive crew cab, 4x4, and 9,000 miles on it, and it is the best priced one in the United States of America, if not North America and the world. There it is. Check it out, PruittAuto.com. That's a steal, folks. Now we're going to go around here. I messed up on this next deal, folks. So I got a truck over. Wait a minute. Let me stop. This is a 2022. I'm driving this. So it's a little dirty. Excuse me. 2022 GMC Sierra Denali, priced tens and tens of thousands of dollars below a new one, with that fuel-sipping Duramax. People that have bought these love these Duramaxes. All right, folks, my next adventure, I have a truck over at Mike's Tire, and they do a lot of my service and oil changes and all that sort of thing. I've got a beautiful high country over there, and I was going to get some footage of it. Unfortunately, when I was over there at Mike's Tire, they'd already got the truck in the back. And, oh, wait a minute, I haven't got there yet. All right, that's a bill of sale at Pruitt Automotive on my desk with those beautiful, comfortable leather chairs. That's where you would sit to purchase a vehicle from Pruitt Automotive and get the very best deal around anywhere. And remember, no processing fee November. There we are at Mike's Tire. So I couldn't find the truck. ZZ Top came on, and I got all discombobulated. Sorry about that mess. Here we are at Oyster Cove Boat Works and Yacht Brokerage, checking out some of these beautiful boats. Howdy, Chris and Scott and the team up there at Oyster Cove. As I was pulling in the parking lot at Oyster Cove, I noticed this gorgeous truck, and I looked. Of course that one came from Pruitt Automotive. People with class and quality know to buy from Pruitt Automotive. Back here at the Paint Medic that does some of my details and cleans up my vehicles, I've got a 2021 Denali right there, with very low mileage on it that just came in that they're cleaning up for me. And on my way out, Chris has been after me to buy a boat, and these things are just so very tempting. And I'm sure Chris would love to take care of me on that, and just beautiful boats here at Oyster Cove. And while I'm giving shout-outs to everybody, how about Chimney Corner and my buddies up there, Frank and Charlie? Love you guys. Appreciate your help. Now, in all seriousness, this is how I can sell vehicles less than anybody else. My beautiful wife, Sherry, who makes a lot more money than I do, and I'm happy about that. Love you, babe. Thanks for making it happen. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.